This is a special design turnkey net weight filler. This particular system is designed to dispense roughly 2,000 grams of salt into a container below. It had some unique feeding difficulties. The salt has a tendency to sift, so those needed to be overcome. But basically the system ships pretty much like we see here. The indicator would be mounted to the column, although it could be mounted on either side or remote on a wall someplace else. The scale stand is separate from the vibrator stand for obvious reasons, to keep the vibration in the scale stand isolated from the scale. Some other features that we put on are this stainless steel guard around the scale mechanism here. This will allow people to hang on it. This tends to be a natural place for people to put their elbows and clipboards and things like this. And it also provides a breeze break in this particular case when we're weighing by 1 gram, 2 gram increments. So for the sake of the demonstration, we'll quickly take this guard off. And that will allow us to look at the scale mechanism with a little bit more detail. In operation, there are a number of options that are available to you. You can operate in either the manual mode or the auto mode. If we are in the manual mode, we can drive the vibrator either fast or slow and discharge whenever we want. This allows us a number of different options. We can tune the speed of the vibrator. Currently we have it set at 9.5 for fast and about 3.5 for slow. If we wanted to clean through the system, obviously we could put it in the manual mode and empty the surge hopper and these kinds of things if there was ever an occasion to want to change components. We can test the components before we actually place the system in service, that kind of thing. But basically, when the scale bucket gets to its net weight, the feed stops, the discharge gate opens. In the automatic mode, it's very simple. We place it into the auto mode here on this switch, and we have a choice at this point to either start a single draft or automatically repeat one draft after another. If we toggle to single, we will fast feed up to the fast feed preset. We will slow feed for as long as we slow feed. We hit a minimum of 2,000 grams and we stop feed. We're now ready to discharge. Discharge can be accomplished one of two ways. It can be accomplished by hitting the discharge switch here, or more likely pressing the foot switch that comes with the system optionally on the floor. And that completes a single cycle. If we want to, in production, automatically restart, we switch to auto and put our container in place here. Anytime we're ready, we can stand on the foot switch. As soon as the scale completes, it discharges and automatically starts another. And this would simulate the automatic operation of the system. At this speed, we're producing approximately 5 to 6 dispenses of 2,000 grams of salt a minute, and that was the specification for this particular job. When we're finished with production, we can flip the switch off so it doesn't automatically, or flip the switch to the center position so that it doesn't automatically start again. If at any time there's an emergency, like you want to stop, let's say we're in the automatic position, we can press stop at any time. That immediately halts the process. If we pull this back on, if it were in the auto position, it would automatically resume from where it left off. But we'll just go ahead and finish off that cycle by restarting once again. That's basically the operation of the system. Manual or auto. If it's in the manual mode, this is your manual driver, fast or slow, and discharge at will. The discharge switch on the front panel is the only switch that works in the manual mode. The foot switch is inoperative at that time. In the automatic mode, if we were to flip to auto, you have the option to either do a single draft or automatically restart, and either discharge with this button or the foot switch on the floor. These two vernier dials up here control the fast and slow feed, and you tune them to give optimum cutoff. That's the operation of the system.